I'm talking about none other than Atomic Habits.
I feel like if I sit there and I ruminate about something, it just gets worse. It gets bigger in my head. But if I take one small action on it, if I just get started on it, now I'm influencing the outcome. Now I'm shaping what's going to happen. Action relieves anxiety. So first is action relieves anxiety. Action relieves anxiety. So if you're feeling stressed about something, you fear something, there's a problem that's kind of bothering you, taking action on it reduces the fear that you feel about the problem because now you're influencing the outcome. Second thing is it builds resilience. So in a lot of ways, I feel like the secret to winning is knowing how to lose. And what I mean is it's knowing how to bounce back from a loss. And so many of the things that we'll talk about today are about getting started and about making it easier for yourself to get started, particularly after you fail, after you suffer something. And so the secret to winning is knowing how to lose. And these strategies will teach you how to be more resilient and bounce back from those losses. And then the third thing is better results. In a way, procrastinating is choosing to delay a better future. It's choosing to ignore the results that you could be having, the potential that you could be fulfilling. And most of our outcomes in life are a lagging measure of the habits that precede them. And so we also this is an interesting thing in life, we also badly want better results. We also badly want to make more money or double productivity or be fit or reduce stress. But the irony is the results are not actually the thing that needs to change. It's like fix the inputs and the outputs will fix themselves. Fix the daily habits and you'll be led to a different destination. We want to have a marriage that we're proud of, or raise kids that are successful, or to build a business that thrives, or to get in the best shape of your life. Whatever it is, whatever that big thing is, it's almost always a multi-year, sometimes a multi-decade process. So 10 years is shorthand for like, what's that big vision?
Yeah.
And then 1 hour is shorthand for what can I do in the next hour that contributes to where I want to be in 10 years. Never let a day pass without doing something that is going to benefit you in a decade. And if you can live in those two mind frames, if you can have like both this long-term vision and this bias for short-term action, you don't let a day pass without doing something that's going to benefit you 10 years from now, you don't even need to wait 10 years. I don't know that answer is quite right. I think many people, I bet, most people genuinely do want to improve, genuinely do want to perform at a higher level, genuinely would like to have better results. So what I would say is, look, if you're struggling to improve, the problem isn't you. The problem is your system. We don't change, not because we don't want to change, but because we have the wrong system for change. And if you can have the right system, the right elements in place, then improving becomes much easier.
Well, I flagged that exact quote. I'm going to read to you from Atomic Habits, page 27. If you're having trouble changing your habits, the problem isn't you. The problem is your system. Bad habits repeat themselves again and again, not because you don't want to change, but because you have the wrong system for change. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And one of the core themes that you're going to teach us today is how to stop focusing on the goal or the change we want to make and really focus on the system that helps us create that goal. Now, before we get into goals versus system, for somebody who hasn't read the book, could you talk about that concept in Atomic Habits, getting 1% better every day?
This is one of the key ideas in the book. And it's just this idea that tiny changes add up to a surprising or remarkable degree.